initial 406 and a 121.5 ELT. Reports from high flyers. It has been linked to a ferry flight itinerary from Charlie Yankee Papa Whiskey to Charlie Yankee Papa Sierra. The last 406 hit was about 5 minutes ago, and it is positioned 5006.4818 north, 12409.3823 west. They are being tasked to either electronically or visually search and make contact with personnel on the group via message drop. And there is a high probability of wildlife in the area, and photograph it for extra points. There are 2 POV.
Any other assets?
No other assets at this time.
Do you have any details on those 2 POV?
Name is Tommy Bahama is the owner, and 1 Pax, we don't know who that is.
Colors of the plane?
So the aircraft parts are yellow and silver. And it's an Aeronica Chief and Fib. Call sign C-Kilo. Hotel Echo Lima, Oscar.
I know how long. 5006 12409. It's like 30 miles northeast of here.
Sounds great.
And color, you get the color on the plane?
Yellow, silver. It's a plane or
No, it's not on the island.
Any other questions?
Any medical conditions for Tommy Bahama?
Unknown.
Travel gear?
Unknown.
Fuel birds? Any idea what frequency they'd be on?
Probably straight traffic.
Anything else?
Are you accepting the mission?
Yep.
We are tasked at 9:44 local.
Hey everybody, welcome to Go Bold. My name is Jody Atariwala and I'm your host. And today I'm joined by Major Kevin Coulombe, who is with 424 Squadron, which is based in CFB Trenton. We are currently at Canadian Forces Base Comox for the 2024 Search and Rescue exercise. Major, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
Thank you, it's great to have you here. Tell me about your squadron, 424 Squadron. What brings you out here to this SAR exercise?
424 Squadron is the transport and rescue squadron out of Trenton, Ontario. We conduct search and rescue operations. I conducted on the C-130J here, and we also have CH-146 Griffins. There's some of those on the ramp down the road. We primarily conduct SAR around the Great Lakes, but our area responsibility goes from the southern border all the way up to CFB Alert. There's a separate region in Halifax that's east of Quebec mostly, but parts of northern Quebec, and then BC and the Yukon are covered by Victoria. But other than that, between 424 and 435 Squadron, we cover the entire Trenton SRR, which is quite large.
Wow, that's a big it's a big search and rescue area. Yeah. And so, you know, you're flying the C-130J Super Hercules. Tell me about this aircraft, because I believe you guys are the only squadron in the Royal Canadian Air Force that's tasked with the SAR role.
Yeah, that's correct. So we started flying the C-130J for SAR 2 years ago. And the program has been implemented rather quickly and quite successfully. The computer is very accurate at conducting drops. We carry essentially the same equipment that we carried in the C-130H. So it's a very capable platform, lots of power, and very pilot friendly. Everything's automated. It has FADEX, which automatically keep the pilot from over-torquing the engines.
Sure.
Its heads-up display is a game changer for all kinds of stuff. It really reduces the workload.
Yeah, and so the C-130J is not typically tasked with the SAR role, but your squadron is. How is this aircraft, your particular aircraft in your squadron, how are they configured for search and rescue internally and externally? Because we went flying with you yesterday, and I noticed that you have these really, really impressive bubble windows, which are not on other C-130Js.
That's right. We have the Sabre doors, which makes viewing a lot easier, and you can pressurize them, which is the nice thing. So the H model, we had to kind of slow down and change the doors out because they can't be pressurized. This really reduces some of the workloads. You don't have to switch them on the way to the search area. Right,
right. Interesting. And so before we started recording, you had mentioned to me that you'd flown on exchange with the U.S. Coast Guard.
That's right.
Who is also participating in this exercise, which it's lovely to see international participation. So you flew the C-130J in the U.S. Coast Guard on exchange. How would you compare their aircraft to your aircraft at 424 Squadron?
So I've actually flown that C-130J over there when I was in Elizabeth City. They're very similar from avionics perspective, pilot's perspective. They spent a lot of effort in putting the mission system in it. It has a belly radar and a camera. Mm-hmm. We have not put that in it yet.
Right. So they do have an EOIR sensor,
yes.
Whereas you guys don't.
We do not. We're searching with our eyes mostly.
Right.
The radar on the plane, we can set it to ground map, and you can find boats with that fairly easily.
Awesome. So yesterday, in the search and rescue mission that I joined you on, it was in the mountains. It was talk to me about that SAR tasking. What exactly were you tasked for, and talk me through in brief about that mission.
Okay, so we were tasked for an overdue aircraft that it was a simulated mission, of course. It departed Powell River going to Penticton, and there was a 406 beacon, which is an emergency beacon associated with that aircraft that was going off. So they're quite accurate, and they get more accurate as they've been going off. So I was fairly confident that we knew where it was. So we headed to the Latin Long. I've searched for 6 beacons quite a few times. They're normally exactly where they say they're at. I saw one that was 2 miles off, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, it makes the search a lot easier. So the hardest part about that one is when it's on the side of a cliff, which it could have been. The Latin Long, you know, you move it a little bit, and if it has to go way down the mountain, that makes the search area quite large,
right.
Even though it's a fairly accurate pinpoint. So
sure,
we did find it. It was a fun mission. The scenery was amazing.
It was beautiful. Like, I mean, it was high up in the mountains, which is kind of from my perspective, one of the neat things about having the SAREX here at Comox, because I only joined you on one mission, but you've done many over the course of this exercise. Correct me where I'm wrong, but you could be over the mountains, you could be over water, you could be coastline, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, the terrain here is amazing for training, so it's a great opportunity to practice some of the skills that we maybe don't see as much in Trenton.
Right, right. Awesome. Well, Major, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for what you guys do. Thanks for explaining a little bit about your aircraft and the mission that we flew yesterday. It's been a great pleasure to have you on.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.